door!
Smash face.
Seriously, how do I do? This door doesn't do. Fuck
Time for the final battle. I was actually just saying this, but I'm like, dude, hit record so I can get this rant on record. So, like...
Wait, I'm gonna let you finish, but this is the most unobvious thing in the game. That door, that entire Gate of the Ancients, literally pointless. You just have to stand right here at this spot, where you can see Stuck's down there, and use the Chaos Breaker. I don't know why, but there you go.
That is very vague.
Yeah.
Also, why the fuck is it like a robot palace?
I know, right? And now the door's gonna be open or something.
I like how you said it was
see.
pointless, but it's not.
I guess not. I meant like going there is pointless before doing that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, now you can do your rant. We're at the final battle. Almost.
Final battles are really cool, and they can sometimes make or break. Whoa. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's a little less cool, but still pretty cool. I like that they position it right there so that it looks like it's the head of that thing.
Yeah. That's the whole point. It is the head of that thing.
Is it? Does the actual body move?
No, but like, the point is, it's the head of that thing that then comes to life and attacks you.
So the body moves?
No, the head moves. The head of that thing comes to life. Just the head. Just
well, yeah, but I was thinking, like, it fools you into thinking that the whole body could come alive.
Oh. Oh god, there's blue dragons.
What was I talking? Oh yeah, final battles, like, sometimes they can make or break my opinion of a video game. And that's why Dark Souls is amazing. Because even though the Dark Souls final boss can be cheesed, because, like, I found out way later that you can actually parry his attacks. And so when I, like, went through, I was like, I'm gonna go try this. So I went and fought him, and I parried his attacks. I'm like, wow, this is fucking easy. Super easy.
Yeah.
I didn't cheese that fight. So it was really fucking hard, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that
Felt
fight's fucking
super
great.
epic. And that's why I love the Dead Rising games. Every single Dead Rising has, like, a really hard end boss. And I don't mean, like, hard end boss. I mean, like, really hard end boss.
Like Atlas hard, even though you don't agree with me that Atlas games are hard.
No, you're the one that doesn't agree that Atlas games are hard.
But Atlas games are hard.
Yeah, they are hard. But you're the one... I remember us having this argument where you're like, grinding is just a simulated version of difficulty.
That's true. I also will agree with that.
That's what Atlas games are, like, a lot about, is grinding.
Now that I think about it, even Demon Souls was like that, and technically Demon Souls is an Atlas game since it was published by them.
Yeah, so... Yeah. Plus, I do think Atlas games are hard. Who the hell would say that?
I don't know. I remember having an argument with someone that they said Atlas games aren't hard, and I was like, that's bullshit.
I think they're hard. The end boss of... Let's see, I've only beaten... Persona 3 and Persona 4. I never beat Digital Devil Saga. I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Digital Devil Saga. I never beat that one, and of course I never beat Demon Souls. Cause honestly, it's not because the game was hard, it's because I didn't own it.
Yeah.
Plus,
it's a PS3 game, so you can't own it now.
What do you mean I can't own it now?
I mean, unless you went out and bought a PS3, you can't really play it.
I plan on buying a PS3, I just haven't had the money. I have so many things that I have to do with my gaming. I have, let's see, I have to buy a PS3 so I can play some cool PS3 games. I have to upgrade my PC. You know, I just don't, and plus I have to, of course, pay rent, so I don't have the money for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I do want, it's not that I hate Sony, it's just, I take all of Sony's products with a grain, with like a pinch of salt or whatever, however the saying goes. Because every single Sony product I've owned, and I think we talked about this in Sonic Generation, has been broken and bad for me. Like, they just break too easily.
Yeah.
They're not made well and stuff. So it's not that I have anything against Sony, I preferred buying other things because they had better games.
That makes sense. Fucking things need to stop critting on Domingo. Also, this just in, Chimeras can fly. I only just noticed that was happening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's making the battle really hard.
It is. Oh my god, and now Tarasu's getting attacked.
But yeah, both Persona 3 and Persona 4 had very difficult end bosses. In fact, fucking Persona 4 had even very difficult regular bosses. Just every single dungeon I did in Persona 4 was really difficult for me at the end.
Yeah.
Because, and like, I know that people, like, the moment they hear this, they'll be typing in the YouTube comments like, "You suck! I beat that game when I was fucking 11D12.
11D12.
But, like, the reason those games are hard for me is because I never grinded in them. Because I played it when I was younger, back when I thought grinding was bad, and now my favorite video game is a grinding simulator. Who'd have thought?
I know, right?
I played all of the Personas, not all of the Personas I played, I never grinded, so I was severely underleveled for the boss, or for the final boss. Which makes me happy, because it made the final boss that much more sweet.
Yeah.
Because, I died a lot more on Persona 4's final boss. Persona 3, I remember specifically, I died once because I was halfway through the fight, and it just got too much for me. So I switched around my party a little, accordingly, and then since I'm a pack rat, I used every single item I could during that final boss. Nice. So all of my judgment items, my healing items, everything, I pulled out all the stops, and it felt fucking badass.
Yeah.
It was a really cool fight. And Persona 4, I did the exact same thing, only failed horribly multiple times.
Ouch.
Because, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree that Atlas games are hard. I don't know who would say that.
Yep.
Except for Kenny.
Also, I'm like halfway in the realization phase of this might not actually be the final episode.
Why?
We might have to do one more. Because the final battle is 2 battles. This is not one of them.
Okay.
So unless we're gonna do 3 battles in this one episode, this is not the final episode.
That's fine. I don't... Did I say it was the final? I don't think I did. But
I think we may have said at some point, so I'm just
maybe.
like...
But
I correct myself now.
Who cares? I'm still gonna talk about final bosses.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Fucking final bosses. And Dead Rising's so good at them. Because, like, there is not a single... No. What am I thinking? There is one Dead Rising that has a final boss that's not like that. But every other Dead Rising has a final boss that's a guy who's just badass.
Nice.
You know? Because there could be so many ways you do final bosses. This giant hulking thing that you have to defeat. But Dead Rising is like, there's just this one guy you have to fight. But he's just a badass, and he hits you too hard, or he has tactics that you have to apply.
Yeah.
Like, say, for instance, Dead Rising 1. What is his name? Anyway, it's the Sergeant, which is not a spoiler, really, because you don't meet him until the final boss. He's one of those, like, and the final boss is the reveal kind of things.
Yeah.
And you have to fight him on top of a tank, surrounded by a sea of zombies.
Wow.
So the way you pretty much have to win. Also, you don't have any items,
That
so you have to
sounds
fight him
impressive.
hand to hand. And hand to hand is a lot different in Dead Rising 1. Dead Rising 1 did not soup up their hand to hand combat at all. So it's still really basic, and you have barely any moves, or at least barely any useful moves, because you can't use grabs on him. And
Yeah.
so you have to. It's totally one of those battles that you have to use your wit or just get super lucky, to where you could get lucky and you could do just enough damage that you'll beat him. But the way that battle goes is that he has a lot of moves that will knock you into that wave. So you have to surf the wave back to him and try and knock him into the wave, or try and kill him with your punches.
I see.
And I beat that boss at the max level, and it still was super hard. So, you know, Dead Rising doesn't apply that, oh, you can just grind till it's easy.
Yeah.
Because leveling up is only a little important in Dead Rising. It's not that much important.
Not to mention there's a level cap, so you can't just grind to the point of easiness.
Yes. And then Dead Rising 2 had this boss, it was less hard, but same concept and still really hard. Because it takes away all your items, but there are a few weapons strung about the playing field.
Mm-hmm.
But does it take away your items? I don't remember, because I remember bringing defilers to that fight. I think it does, but you have to fight this guy hand to hand, but you can use some of the items that are around the place.
Ah.
And so they're not really good items.
Mm-hmm.
And then off the record, did it completely. You have I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say, but off the record did it completely different. But it's really cool. It's actually a really fun end boss.
That's cool.
And then 3 is just you fight a guy, but he has a grenade launcher, and then when you get up to his level, he fights you hand to hand. So it's like there's 2 types of progression. If you you can play it safe and stay out in the playing field while he tries to hit you with grenade launcher, and you can shoot him back. Or you can jump into his space and play it Dead Rising 1 style.
I see.
So that was
But
really
so that boss is just basically a get on my level simulator then?
pretty much.
Okay. Cool.
Except if you have shitloads of guns, you can not get on his level, and you could just snipe him or shoot him or whatever.
I see. That
Which
sounds magical.
It's funny too, because there are guns strewn about, so you can do that, but the guns strewn about are not powerful enough that you can kill him. So you can take out some of his health from afar, then when you're out, you run back into him. Also, there's zombies walking around, so while you're trying to snipe him, things are eating you.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because that's the hardest boss in that game, or maybe even the hardest thing in Dead Rising 3. Dead Rising 3's psychos were irritating. But yeah, final bosses are cool. I'm trying to think of what the coolest final boss I've ever fought was.
Ooh, I think... That's a good question, because I can't think of mine either. Well, I know that the final boss of this game was definitely one that made one hell of an impression on me, but that was also because I was never able to actually finish this game as a kid. So I got to the end of the game as an adult after years and years of nostalgia about loving this game, and I was like, dude, that's so cool! Because I'd played it so many times before.
Yeah.
So, in that way, the boss was a huge reveal to me, and it was, really awesome. But also, I feel like when you have just seen the game as a bystander, or, you played it now and you hadn't played it as a kid, it would be less impressive to you.
Yeah. Funny how that kind of thing happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say this on the internet, but whatever. Anyway. Yeah, that's cool. I try not to do that now. Now that I'm older, I try to play some of the games I played as a kid to see if they are actually to see if they still live up to my expectations.
Yeah.
And I can't think of any that disappoint.
I can think of one.
What's that?
Jack 2. Because I still don't like that game, and I fucking loved it as a kid.
I still love that game.
I can think of another one that you will agree with.
What's that?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
That's a perfect example of a game that you hyped up so much as a kid, and then you go back and play it and realize it's garbage.
Yep. Except I don't even have to play it as an adult. I can just think back and be like, ugh, it's a bad way to design a game.
Yeah, like, you just think about it and you're like, man, what was wrong with me?
See, I would go, my thing is going further than that. Liking Shadow the Hedgehog. God, what is wrong with me?
Just what is wrong with any variant of me for ever liking this?
Exactly. The future versions of me are condemned by that version of me.
I see. That sucks to be the future versions of you, then.
Yup.
As well as the present version of you. Holy shit, 63 damage. Good job, Guns. Also, I can't help but notice the more damage he has on him, the more damage that curse does to him. That's interesting. That's kind of a neat way to do that. Because then it suddenly makes it, like, much more perilous.
Yeah, definitely. Fuck, man.
I wonder if it's that, or if it's just the more he uses it.
You know what the worst part is? I would totally... the first thing I did was, oh, like, I know what's a really amazing boss. Metal Gear Solid... No. Metal Gear Solid... Oh, no. Metal Gear Solid... No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The way that joke is, Metal Gear Solid 1... Wait, no. Metal Gear Solid 2... Wait, no. Metal Gear Solid 3... Wait, no.
Yep.
Metal Gear Solid 3 had the best out of all of them, though. Even though people come, like, go in the comments and be like, hey, dude, why don't you say Metal Gear Solid 4? And that's where I respond with, hey, Metal Gear Solid 4 was bad. Fuck off. And then they proceed to get angry because I said Metal Gear Solid 4 was bad.
Dude, I love that movie. How could you ever say it was bad?
That's not even why I hate it, too. Because I'm an old... Like, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid for a long time, so I'm accustomed to Kojima taking years to tell a story. And I feel like that makes a story thicker. Not just...
Like my dick.
Not just... It doesn't just make the timestamp thicker. It actually thickens the plot.
Oh, the plot thickens. And your sentence does, too, because I understand it now. I was like, how do you make thick a story?
The plot thickens.
Exactly. It suddenly is like my sense is sense. My 2 cents are spent on this.
I was about to say, it's suddenly like your money.
My 2 cents are spent on this jet being dead from a staff from a mage.
That'd be hilarious if it was a miss.
That would be hilarious. I'd be like, God damn it, miss. Why? Why you do this? Okay, and now I can finally have Tarasu use Aura. Gunts has been sitting there at 12 health for fucking forever, because I've been like, I'll just use Aura. And now he's at full. Yep. Seriously, it's actually, I don't think it's quite 40, but it's basically 40 health to everyone. Like, most of my characters, that's a full heal. Or at least, like, very close to a full heal, so that it's not really a big deal. And now there's a dead-armed skeleton over there. See? It's dead. Oh no, a curse! Also, it is just that it scales to his health.
Fuck, man.
It's time to fight the Colossi.
I'm just going through every single video game I've beaten to think of what the best boss fight is.
Wow, that head is really hard to reach. Oh! I forgot about this! Colossus has this really cool thing that he does. Oh my god, I forgot that that was a thing. So, the right head knows Blaze up to level 3.
Oh yeah, and then
The
the
left
other one,
head knows Freeze up to level 3.
and then the middle one knows lightning.
And then the middle one knows Bolt up to level 3.
That's cool. I mean,
I like
very
that.
simplistic and predictable, but yeah.
Still a nice touch. I forgot that that was a thing too until just now. Well, let's get Stux on this job. Holy criticals. Holy double attacks. Well, that's one head down. Holy god. Wow. Stux just fucking destroyed that shit. That wasn't even a fight. That was just dead. Oh my god. That was beautiful though. Like, wow, I don't even...
Kenny, start to name all the games that I've beaten.
Psychonauts, Mark of the Ninja, Gale,
Oh,
Blade.
It sucks that the Psychonauts final boss was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, I was gonna, like, name that as an example of a bad boss fight, but I wasn't sure if you would agree with me. Because I don't even remember the boss fight, which means automatically it must not have been very memorable to me, which means it probably was bad.
It's not a bad, like, the reason I say it's a bad boss fight is because it wasn't hard, it was just complex. And by complex, I mean hard to, like, figure out what to do. You don't remember the final boss?
If you say what it actually is, I probably will remember.
It's the,
Is it in the meat circus or after?
I believe it's in the meat circus.
Okay. Is it like the one bro with the axe?
Yeah,
Not
it
the
is.
axe, but
Yeah,
the-
it is in the meat circus. I was about to say, I'm like, dude, it's the fucking tank. But no, you fight the tank, do the thing, then your brain gets put in there. I forgot.
Is it the one, like the one kid's dad or whatever? Or was that...
No,
because I know that happens in the meat circus.
It's when it's when you become big because your dad gives you all the power and you have to fight the other dad man to man.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which sounds epic and amazing, but it's actually like cheese.
Yeah, kinda. Also, waiting for this really long drawn-out animation because I wanted to heal 2 people that were far away. That's Aura in a nutshell. So apparently the 2 like side heads at the very least don't have passive regeneration on the Colossus. The main head might, but the side heads don't.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Oh my god, well, sucks to be the main head, because Stux just double attacked it again. GG, Colossus. Get wrecked.
Also, I feel like that's actually spoiler-free, wouldn't you say?
What?
Us just talking about the final boss of Psychonauts? We
Fairly.
didn't say who it was you fight, just some guy's dad.
Yeah, some guy's dad. Here it is. Here's the final battle.
We should cut it. It's at
We
24.
should cut it. So, get hype for the final battle next episode.
Awake from your long sleep. Awaken, 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 awaken.
Also, get ready for this epic fucking music, which has
Wait.
the most annoying intro in the entire game.
Awaken, 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 awaken. Reclaim the land that must be taken.